Sometimes it's a little bit unbelievable what lengths people will go to get a good grade on their big test. Studying can take hours of your day, and when you're in college, that really cuts into your time drinking beer. Although it certainly won't be worth the cheating if you get caught, in the end, you're only cheating yourself, right? Here are 17 unbelievable cheating hacks people have actually done. Number 17. Fake arm. Teachers are watching closely to catch cheaters during exams, and you won't really want to get sent to the principal's office. This is why cheating has to be nearly perfect in order for you to get away with it. This person here in the photo decided to make it seem like one arm is on the table, but what they're really doing is checking their phone for the answers. If the teacher can see both your arms, then they'd assume that your other arm wasn't being used for searching Google. It's unclear what exactly they filled up the other sleeve with, but it looks very convincing. Hopefully for him, the teacher won't see him using the phone. Number 16. Calculator disguise. With handheld technology at an all-time high, cheating might become more and more difficult to spot. Some teachers are nice enough to let people use calculators during the exams, but they should be careful, because someone will want to take advantage of that. Some people have apparently gone as far as taking their calculator apart and inserting some type of mobile device inside. In order to disguise it as a calculator, they'll put the piece that was removed back over the screen like we see here. Interesting method, but it might be a little bit obvious if the teacher can see the screen light up. Number 15. Drink labels. Teachers will wisely ask people to clear everything from their desk to reduce the chances of cheating, but normally they will allow drinks. This is because they don't want people to become dehydrated. Anything allowed on desk during tests may become possible tools for cheating. Drink labels contain ingredients in small writing that your teacher probably never even pays attention to. Some students have taken it upon themselves to actually create their own labels that have answers or valuable information on them. You can't get in trouble for just looking at your vitamin water, right? It seems like an awful lot of effort to make, which could actually be put towards studying. The teacher might find it sort of fishy that the label isn't plastic though, and is made of some type of printer paper. Number 14. Nailed that test. Do you ever have that feeling after you take a test that you just absolutely nailed it and nothing could have possibly gone wrong? Were you trying out this unbelievable cheating hack? Sometimes teachers just expect you to memorize too much stuff, and you're probably never going to use these formulas anyways, right? So you might as well get the job done somehow. This person went through some serious effort to write small enough to actually fit underneath their nail. Although this probably wouldn't work out if you're a guy with normal sized nails, but maybe if you put on some acrylics just for one day, it could work out. You would also need some pretty good vision to see such a small font. She better be careful not to reveal her secret when she hands in her paper. Number 13. Dreadlock hair and don't care. We see dreadlocks coming back into style over the recent years, and maybe there's a secret reason behind it. Despite them making you look slightly more Rastafarian, dreadlocks might be used for cheating too. Cleverly disguised behind a dread, a student has placed a thin sheet of paper with some formulas written on it. While the student might look like they're just playing with their hair, they could actually be finding out the next answer on the test. This probably can't be the smartest method to cheat, considering the color of the paper not being well camouflaged with the hair. Your hair also moves around like all the time anyways. If a teacher notices a few people going to the hair salon right before a big test, they might realize something is up. Number 12. Special watch. Similar to the calculator hack we saw earlier, the watch seems to also be an interesting choice. It's unclear whether or not it's been completely made for cheating or if it was modified by the owner. The formulas are fit onto a very small piece of paper, specially fitted for the specific watch. The person can then choose to scroll up or scroll down, depending on the information they need, but this also still looks kind of suspicious. A student probably won't need to look at their watch too often during a test, and normally there is a clock placed somewhere in the room. Not only that, but the paper is in clear contrast with the rest of the watch, which makes it kind of stand out a little bit. Number 11. Scientific shoes. What better way to cover up the possibility of yourself cheating on a test than sporting some sweet shoes with the periodic tables of elements on them? You've probably never seen a pair of kicks quite so scientific. If your teacher asks about your shoes, you can just tell them how enthusiastic you are about chemistry, and you couldn't help but pick out these shoes and wear them someday. Are they really going to tell you no and ask you to take off your shoes? Probably not, but who knows? In any case, it might be a little bit difficult to see the atomic number and all that jazz without bringing your foot closer to your face. Number 10. Russian juice box. How much information do you think you could store inside one juice box? Depending on the font size, maybe you can fit a small book inside. Who knows? This person here decided to fold up their cheat sheet and put it in what was labeled as Privyet, meaning hi in Russian. It may contain high fructose corn syrup and the answers to the final exam. The teacher must be wondering why the student isn't focusing on the test though, right? Number 9. The Bandaid Flip. So gross, but possibly quite effective. Is a suspicious teacher really going to ask you if you can rip off your Band-Aid in class? Who knows? Maybe add a fake scab underneath to make it look more realistic? The supposed formula or answer is written on the white part of the Band-Aid, but it looks like this person put it on the wrong way. Consider wearing the Band-Aid a few days before the actual test day, so it doesn't just look like a coincidence. The white part of the Band-Aid might be difficult to write on, so just tape a small piece of index card on top of it. Number 8. Custom T-shirt. There are so many websites out there that will customly make t-shirts with different logos on it and whatnot. But what if your t-shirt logo just so happens to have all the answers of your US geography test? If your teacher is old enough, they might just think it's a new trendy fashion statement among all the kids who seemingly never study. And why are state capitals always such small cities that no one ever goes to? How do people not cheat when our founding fathers purposely made it so difficult for us? Number 7. The inside of the water bottle. We've already seen how drink labels can be modified to cheat, but this hack also seems like a possibility. The person wrote on the inside of the water label, which is white and clearly visible. The sheet can probably be removed once the formulas are needed, and the teacher probably won't even notice until you drink below the label. It shouldn't be too long before all water bottles are banned from class. Number 6. The Ring of Wisdom. Although this one is extremely obvious and you're likely to not get away with it, it's still an interesting cheating hack. A little small book is attached to a ring where you can write answers on it. If your teacher asks what it is, maybe you can say your grandma gave it to you because you just love reading so much. In any case, it might be useful for writing some notes on, but probably isn't the best cheating hack. Number 5. Nail art. Another cheating hack kind of geared towards women is the nail art. Instead of placing the answers behind the nail this time, the person must have carefully written each answer on the left hand. That takes some serious time and dedication, maybe the kind that could have been useful for actually studying on the test. It's too hard to even see what it's saying, but it appears to be some math formulas. You have to wonder how many other students might be paying for her manicures. Number 4. Scroll of Knowledge. This innovative pen appears to be specifically designed to help conceal the fact that the answers are attached. The paper or plastic material will look like the pen once it wraps around it again. Still a little bit odd though if your teacher randomly sees you unraveling something from your pen, but still has potential as a good hack. Number 3. The thigh is a limit. Why else would a girl be mysteriously pulling up their skirt during an exam? We all know math isn't that exciting. It appears as though this hack only requires a skirt, some tape, and some paper, and hopefully you won't distract the guy sitting next to you too much while you're checking the answers. With all the crazy things going on at school these days, your teacher probably has a better chance of finding out this one than many other methods. Some people prefer to just write it directly on their leg as opposed to using tape, but this typically depends on the last day you shaved your legs. Number 2. Self-examination. Do you wonder how she seems to have all the wrong answers in class, but always gets the right answers on the test? Well, maybe she's been doing a little self-examination every now and then. No teacher wants to get accused of peeping down here, even if they suspect one of their students is cheating. Instead of trying to cover it up with a skirt, this girl cleverly placed it on the inside of her shirt. In fact, this was such a common cheating method in India that girls were forced to remove their bras before a crucial test. Even places in China revised their standard school outfits to deal with the epidemic. You have to wonder how well they did on the test once dress code was enforced. Number 1. Bribery. We definitely don't suggest you trying to do this, but as an absolute last resort and nothing else left to lose, bribery could work out. When someone is going to be in a position of power, you better believe that bribery becomes possible, and not even schools are innocent. People in Russia and Ukraine often claim their educators are corrupt or highly corrupt. Applying to big universities might be a little bit easier if something was in it for them. With reform in schools and teachers getting paid less, teachers might look a blind eye to a cheater as long as they're getting something provided in return. Although this is less common in the US, it remains an international issue.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for new videos every day.